Thanks, Anibal, and thanks everyone for being here. It's really great to see you. So my research is interested in understanding democracy. As democracy is increasingly precarious, it's imperative that we understand its vulnerabilities. Across many democracies around the world, including those in Latin America, we see entrenched ethno-racial hierarchies. And these hierarchies are in conflict with democracy, democratic ideals. And the project that I'm working on is interested in understanding how this conflict between democratic ideals of equality and pronounced group-based inequalities poses a threat to democratic citizenship. Ethno-racial hierarchies are pronounced systems of marginalization that are pervasive and impede opportunities for all kinds of people from specific groups. In Latin America, indigenous and Afro-descendant people experience marginalization from the time of the colonial period through the present. These kinds of entrenched hierarchies are a threat to democratic citizenship. At least this is what democratic theorists tell us. And we have empirical evidence that there is an important impact of ethno-racial exclusion on people from minoritized groups. But we don't know a lot about the effects that they have among the privileged. My project makes two important innovations. The first is to argue that ethno-racial hierarchies have significant consequences for people from the privileged side of the hierarchy by marring democratic citizenship and affecting how they behave as democratic citizens. It also has significant consequences among the marginalized, and this is the second important contribution that the project makes. I argue that the consequences of ethno-racial marginalization among historically marginalized groups, Afro-descendant and indigenous Latin Americans, is conditioned by the forms of group consciousness that the groups possess, and that this group consciousness is shaped by varying trajectories of ethno-racial group formation across the region. Evidence from cross-national survey data, interviews with over 100 indigenous and Afro-descendant politicians and activists in Peru, and original survey experiments tell us that ethno-racial hierarchies undermine democratic values, impede support for egalitarian policies, and distort political participation. So I'm really looking forward to discussing this work more with you this evening and throughout the rest of the year. Thanks.